Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon. How are you keeping? You okay?
Yeah, good afternoon.
How's weather your end? It's nice.
It's little bit gloomy, I think.
We had still snow and
No, there is no snow.
enjoy. We'll start. Thanks for joining. Can you see the slides?
Sorry?
Can you see the slides?
Not yet. Oh yeah, now I can.
Please. No, you can. Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining. During our last, meeting and lesson, we discussed about what is tourism, and now today is we look at the policies and we critically evaluate the implementation of the policies. That will be in discussion, which we can look around. So we have 3 assessment criteria, or LO2, which is be able to critically evaluate the implementation of tourism policy and appraise, the range of tourism policies, instrument critically analyze issues involved in developing, tourism policies, and we'll discuss about critically implement, these. That will be discussion and why policy is important. So let's look, the first policies. So when we looking the tourism policy as the public policy means, the formulated by the public sector, which consists of the central government and the local authority and general government, and together with the nationalized industries are the public organizations. So like tourism industries and localization, local institutes, and we have the various stakeholders. So stakeholders mean anyone who has any interest in the business or their interest influence from the business. So we call them stake. Stake mean interest. So this is also very important. And we have to look around the policies and procedures and the expectation of the various stakeholders. So we look around the politics, political parties, public authorities, public policies, those makes organization that's in light up, and tourism destination. This is very important because the destination policies, like what taxes, hotel, the prices, and infrastructure, all we need to be make sure we make the clear policies towards. Okay, objective of what are the objectives? When we making these policies have some objective. Objective means end result, what really we want to achieve through these policies. And one of, which is we can look around the effect of the many areas, the economics, which is economics activities, social, cultural, and environmental. So we have to focus on 3P: profit, planet, and people. When we say profit is economics, then meeting the needs of current generation without compromising the needs of the future generation. So we call the sustainability, sustainable business. So we have to make the policies too. So the principal reason for the government involvement in tourism is the various economic reason, maybe include the public sector to the foster the tourism development in the local area, because the money will flow, people will flow. Ultimately, this will generate the national income and improve the likelihoods, the chances of incomes, the employment rate within certain area. That's why really we want to make the policies towards, and that's what we need to be carry on improving and carry on. Okay, social consideration are another important reason that government participate in tourism development in order to maximize the social cultural benefit of the tourism, such as the cultural exchange, the revival of the traditional craft in and all rural and development. That's are using the local ingredients of the raw material that the local gifts, and that's promoting those. Another reason is need to be controlling the environmental impact on such as pollutions and other environmental hazards, land use, for problems resulting from the poor planning if we not plan very well, and setting, and engineering the tourist attraction facility. That's also very important. So how are objective of tourism policies achieved? So we have to do the planning, we have to look at the legislation, regulation, facilitation of the tourism development and tourism taxation, education, and a marketing. Okay, so when we say planning is mean where we are, where we want to go, and what we want to achieve really is the plan. So fulfilling the requirement of tourism policy, minimize the negative impact, and being the reward in the primary goals of the tourism planning, and the planning is particularly important of the tourism development because of the characteristic of tourism industries, which is carry on chaining, which is more human interaction really we need to be, and we link with the various industries. So first, tourism is a complex industry, stretches across many different sectors and businesses, affecting a wide range of areas. So second, tourism development is usually required both public and the private partnership is very, very important. Capital and investment project like hotel accommodation, public work, infrastructure, transportation linkage, as we need to be increased. That's every country is making those linkage more robust really to meet the needs and the wants of the tourists. Okay, so legislation and the regulation, we need to be looking on the legislation stimulate, and regulation in terms of we need to be looking on under the activities related to the tourism, and we look in the place and the state and the responsibility. So tourism legislation includes the basic tourism laws, we look around legislation, forthcoming policies, establishing the functions, structures, and linking to the various organizations. Okay, legislation and regulation. Please, if you have any question, you can ask them.
Okay.
So various, specific regulations like national minimum wage, like, checking the criminality record of the individual, those working, protection and preservation of the tourism facility, natural, historical, and the cultural resources of the country, which we need to be look around. And then facilitation of the tourism. That's, we want to be national and regional authorities policies, we have to involve them when we're making the policies, so they look around the expenditures to help the commercial provincial services, especially important tourism destination and development stage, not only the many government provided funds required to ensure the viability of any project. Project is mean any task, any activity, whatever we do is called the project. So any project of the development, so we have to involve the local companies, their suggestions, and the stakeholder psychological reinforcement, the need to invest on the certain areas, So like holiday big hotels, we can invite them as well because we're making the policy to open more facility for the tourists. So government, also facilitating the tourism development by providing the necessary infrastructure in relation to travel, and tourism infrastructure. We look around the fixed, passenger transportation, investment, destination services such as water and sewerage and hygiene and health, and the fixed communication investment, and road infrastructure, of course, which we just mentioned. Okay, tourism taxation. That's, in recent years, government around the world have become increasingly sophisticated in terms of invention and imposition of the taxation instrument. Like 40 years ago, international tourism was effectively free of the taxation. Now, but the tax is like you going into that areas, you have to do certain fees in terms of VAT, like value-added tax, in other part of the world is called GST, like even in the Bay, the government introduced UAE, another part of the world, the general sale tax, and those are very important. That's it, we need to be looking around in terms of the perspective, because that helps to boost the economic activities. Okay. Then tourism taxation trend is resulted in the largely the growth of the tourism industry, with the government increasing, recognize the potential source of additional revenue for the government, and sometimes the fund expenditure within the sector, and sometimes it's contribute to general revenue. There is a large number of the tax the tourism mostly important. So taxes on the commercial tourism product, which the product we sell, we pay the GST and all taxes imposed on the consumer, the act of being tourist. That's also is quite so other we lot of like is Switzerland and various other. So hotel industry, hotel education, tourist education is very important. So appropriate through the education and training person working in the tourism are the essentially successful development and managing this sector in the government. Tourism officials need to be understand the tourism policy formulation, planning, and marketing techniques. Marketing in means satisfying the consumer needs and wants. That is quite crucial, which we have to look around. Tourism statistics and the management of the tourism infrastructure is also quite crucial, which we have to look around. Next, education. When we're looking, the tourist impact on the analysis and tourist information. Of course, if you're using the AI, artificial intelligence, blockchain, machine learning, and that's also a catering operation to agencies, giving them license to operate, education training, assuming in like universities in those areas also. Marketing tourism is the country or the region is essential. So like, you're promoting the best places in the region. You have the government website and online those promotion are different events like, City of Cultures, football, Olympics, and all these, promote, inbound and domestic tourism products are likely to be widely subordinated, competition, cooperative marketing program have, the range of different interests. So we can look around. Secondly, the government may see the potential national economics benefit, nationally from the tourism, which is huge income for many countries. Like now, when we look at Turkey and UAE and various other part of the world, which transcends, those private and the market suppliers, and thirdly, the centralized marketing authority can get economies of scale, establish the marketing objective, formulating the marketing strategy and action plan, preparing the promotion program where you will do and the tourist information in the marketing. So when we do planning, as we mentioned earlier, the plan is being where you are, where you want to go. Let's we'll spend 1 or 2 minutes. Let's quick we read this one and we look in. Okay. So tourism planning is defined as a comprehensive, coordinated, and continuous process and promote the common good of society according to society benefit and welfare. Of course, we have to look around the stakeholder. We have to involve in the decision making. Tourism planning is being defined as the process based on research and evaluation, which seeks to optimize the potential contribution to the human welfare and policy. In above statement, which we can look around shifting state, the human welfare is indeed considered while planning and the tourist development at the top of the argument. The tourism should not be looked into the tourist number. Economics can, but such as the development, such as environmentally sound, because at the end of the day, meeting the needs of current generation without compromising the need for the future generation is very important. Okay, tourism policy, we're looking, is important sector in the economy in many countries. The income and employment effect, from the economic impact with the tourism and the significant policies promote, sustainable development. As we said, the sector is receiving a lot of attention from policy. So we have economics organization, cooperation, development of UNO department. That's also insisting to promote the more tourism policies to fair treatments of individual or foreign immigrants, and tourism as the complex linkage with the sector of the economy, such as create the challenges and define the leading impact on tourism. And evaluation as developing in different approaches into techniques in which we can look around. And furthermore, evaluation has been recognized as essential policy making, but the history of the evaluation, which we can look around, criticize in many technical, often uncoordinated and fragmented study, which we can look around, and standardizing. That's quite crucial, which we need to be look around. Okay, tourism policy then benefit as the consequences of the difficulty in evaluating economics impact. This can be huge, like per capita income, per employment, like we said earlier, is OECD, which is Organization Economics Cooperative Development Unity, and we need to look around there to generate the benefit. So we have in the survey responses in various parts of the world, like Australia and other. These, based on the survey, we are setting the policy and the program, because at the end of the day, data, information, and knowledge is very important. And then you make the decision. 5 key reasons evaluating. So help policy makers to be better assessed, so we can say the people, you visited last, month, this what you view about, you think anything to improve, so we can pass success and failure and inform the decision maker, and better in the government understanding efficiency of the whole government approach in the tourism, and nationally, regionally, and locally, with to provide evidence of return in the investment and the cost and the benefit across in which we can portfolio stimulate debates among the tourism stakeholders, entrepreneurial, resident, tourist, investor, local authorities to improve design and implementation of the program, which we can adopt. That's which we need to be looking at. Barriers to tourism development and sustainable. If the tourism is the truly beneficial to the all concerned, sustainable in the long term, that's sustainability, triple bottom line concept, which we look at the local community, local people involvement, local ingredient, promoting and preserving the local culture. The world of tourism defined sustainability tourism leads to the management of all resources, such as way not wasting the land or other natural resources and natural beauty. Those we need to be cultural integrity, essentially ecological processes, biological diversity, and life support. That's where we need to be promoted, and we have to do it the policies for this. Okay. Any question until now, please?
No.
Then we're looking at the theoretical framework for sustainable planning. So design and study the preparation. Of course, NGO can play the key role, non-governmental organization, and beach authorities are other sector organization, and involve the local stakeholders. Determine the goals and objective, which we need, and result you want to be increase, promoting community-based tourism, cultural tourism, exchanging the theories like different culture, different tradition, are keeping events in those seaside or music festival. That's also helping to promote the survey and the core indicator of the regional. Can be undertaken surveys, which we have to look around the inventory, the existing situation, beaches, people, hospitality. We look tropicals, climate, shopping facilities, restaurants, bars, and all. That's quite crucial, and we should invite them to be open in those areas, and ultimately this promoting sustainable. So we have to look around the sustainability analysis of the synthesis based on the information. So we have to look around the information, feedback from the various stakeholders, those visiting, and we want to be make sure immigration policies will be it's good, informative, and it makes easier for the individuals. Comprehensive planning, tourism planning applies to the concept of the approach is growing with planning adopted in the tourism system, and we need to be grand plan and appropriate the skill required. So we carry on developing skill, implement and monitoring and the planning is work together. Of course, look the environmental policy, look the pollution level, look the traffic control, look the other recycling and changing the goals. So in the issues we have in tourism industry at the moment, policy standard objective, we can look around in terms of availability and validity of technical theory, plannings, organization standard, different languages speaking, like information available in different and internal organization, communication enforcement with the various departments that will help you to improve resource management. As we need to be practice it of the implementation agencies. We need to be clear and consistent in the objective reduction and improvement of the crimes and things. We need a good communication with the various stakeholders. Okay, so what I did, I included the link here, please. If you want further, to watch the video to enhance your understanding about tourism policies. So please, quite good. So issue the policy, maintain the destination sustainable. That's concern about the safety and security. Respond increasing interest in the long-term impact. Always keep in mind. And necessity increase, the local and regional leadership involvement, resolving the barriers, traffic and the user and passport and checking delays, education use and optimize application of new technology and understanding the transformation effect on the tourism, effect of the travel and tourism on the human induced. We have to look at health issues and all. So we have facilities for if it's an insurance, maybe we can, and that's help cover. Quality experience, positive balance between the local and the resident and the tourist destinations. That's and that's we discussed earlier, sustainability and CSR. So in the policy, meeting the needs of the generation without compromising the needs for the future generation, and corporate social responsibility. That's also very important in terms of promoting, sustainability, meeting the needs of current generation, local ingredient, local job, local accountability. That's all these we need to look around in sustainable when we make the policy, and these are the reference we use. Okay, so any question here?
No.
Okay, so today our discussion was heavily focused on the policy, and so when we make the policy, we need to make sure we involve the local stakeholders mean anyone who has any interest, and we promote sustainability, which is, it can be three E's. Three P's: profit, planet, and people. Profit come under economic, people come under social, and planet come under environment. So these we need to promote, and anything and activities, other policies we need to make towards. And in the wider interest, and we need to be look around the short term, long term, and medium term impact on the local area due to the tourism industry. Then we need to promote, we discuss it. We want to further enhance organization, economics, cooperation, development, OECD. That's is good to be. They carry on publishing the information on various policies, and policies being made. And when we make the policy, data, information, and knowledge is very important. So you have the data, you have the information in line and reviews, and then you make the policies for the future. So that's all from my end. And if you have any questions, please you can ask.
Yeah.
Okay, not so. With next lesson next week we'll look our LO3, and then we'll do a second discussion. Thanks for attending. Have a lovely day, and I'll speak to you next week.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.